let's get going. We're going to start with our warm-up, rolling the shoulders. Starting your watch if you need. That's it. Rolling the shoulders. Nice. We're going to do our dynamic warm-up today and a slightly different way of doing the class today, just to mix it up a little bit. Arms out to the side and let's roll those shoulders. We're going to do 45 seconds of work in an exercise, then a 20-second pulse of that exercise or a slightly different version if we need, and then 45 seconds of that same exercise. So I will talk you through it. So each exercise is going to be a little circuit of over a minute and a half. We'll change sides for the next set, and then we have a 30-second rest while I show you what to do for the next one. So don't worry, just let's go each set as we go. Warming up, pulling up your knee into your chest. Nice, and changing sides. Very good. And change, alternating sides 3 times each side, alternating, warming up, balance, nerves, joints. Good, and change. Nice, now grabbing under your shin and under your knee, pulling it up, stretching your glutes, and changing sides. Nice, making sure you find a spot to focus on if you're struggling with balance. Other side. One more each side. And change. Great, grabbing your foot behind you, we're stretching out the quads, your front muscle, tuck your bottom and reach that arm up so you stretch that anterior line. And changing sides. Good, making sure you keep your knees together. You want your knees together, reaching up, beautiful. And change. My screen is like a disco light, I just have to tell you. You each come popping in every now and then. And let's reach forward. Very nice. If the Wi-Fi goes, please will someone let me know that you can't hear me anymore. Nice, and coming up. Great, let's cross your right leg over your left, reaching down to the floor, relax your head. And coming up, changing sides, opening up in the middle, palms facing forward, left over right. And change. Very nice, lovely stretch, relax that head down. Opening in the middle as we go, left over right. Nice, we've got one more, each side, reaching down, relax that head. When you relax your head, you'll feel a massive neural stretch from your feet to your head. Nice, legs out nice and wide. We're going to do our side to side lunges. Warming up your inner thighs, warming up your knees. That's it, keeping nice and low. Let's go for 5, 3, 2, 1. Now put your hands on the floor, staying low. This just accentuates that stretch into that inner thighs. For 3 more. 2, and 1. Very nice. Now we're going to rotate it. Keep your knees straight, just opposite hand to foot. Twist. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice, relaxing those hands down on the floor. Walk your feet in towards each other till they're hip distance apart, and then come rolling up, curling up through your spine. Shoulders slide down and back, and head comes up last. Perfect. So for our first circuit, we're going to grab your book. You're going to rest your heels on it so that your toes are on the floor and you've got like an elevated position. Make sure it's a book you don't mind standing on. Sorry if anyone's got a nice book they're ruining. And from here, palms facing forward, we're going to reach down in a nice low squat. Now when you go down, only go as low as you can manage without hurting your knees and keeping your back straight. From here, if this is it, I don't want you to round your back to touch the floor. Just stay here, and then we're going to take the arms up. So we're going 45 seconds like that. Then we're going to stay low, pulse for 45, and then go back into 45 seconds full range. Okay, it's quite a long time. It's really going to fatigue all those muscles. So we're going to go in 10 seconds. Up nice and tall. Pull that belly button in, shoulders down and back. We're going to go in 5, 3, 2, 1. Heels on the book, reaching down, arms up. As you come up, make sure the hands aren't directly over your head so that you're not arching your back. They're a little bit in front of you. So from the side, you can see they're sort of here, tummy pulled in. Nice, 30 seconds. Dropping as low down as you can. If you can get your bottom right down to your heels, that's perfect. If you just get to here, again, that's perfect. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. As you're breathing out, you pull your belly button in, shoulder blades slide away from the ears. Down and up. For 5, 3, 2, 1, now dropping down to halfway, and we're going to pulse. Little pulses, weight back onto the heels, tummy pulled in. Nice. That's it. We've got 15 seconds. Dropping down, then we're going to go into our full range again. In 5, 3, 2, 1, straight into it, down and up. The legs can feel it now. Keep your back nice and straight, dropping down. Great job. Tummy pulled in. As you lift the arms, slide those shoulder blades away from your ears. We've got 20 seconds. Then we're going to break while I explain the next exercise. Tummy pulled in. Keep your form. We've got 10 seconds. Nice. Making sure you have a lovely breath out. As you breathe out, your tummy pulls in. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Well done. Let's move that book out the way. Next exercise is a static lunge. If you need to have something to hold on to, you're welcome to. Nice wide feet. You're going to drop down and up for 45. Then we're going to hold it down there and pulse for 45. Sorry, for 20. And then we go full range for 45 again. Then we change legs. Okay, so we're going to go in 10 seconds. Get your setup. Make sure that your legs are still hip distance apart. Knees stay facing forward, and let's go. Dropping down all the way and up. Your weight stays in the middle. So as you drop down, you can see my knee stays over my ankle. I'm not going forward. You can have something for balance, tummy in. Lift your chest. That's it, let's go all the way. I've got my left leg in front. The next set, we're going to change legs. As you go down, make sure you're not leaning forward. You want to keep your shoulders down and back. Lift your chest. We've got 10 seconds. We're going to hold it down there and pulse. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down there. Let's pulse. Tummy pulled in. Still think of tilting that pelvis. Nice. Breathing out. We got 10 seconds, and we're going to go straight into up and down. Working you hard today. For 3, 2, 1, all the way, full range. This leg is screaming at me. Lift your chest, tummy in. Use your breath to help you. 30 seconds. Nice, guys, well done. So it's a public holiday here in South Africa for voting. So today feels very odd. It took me a while to remember what day it was. 15 seconds to go. Lifting up that chest. For 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Shake out those legs. That's almost 2 minutes of exercise on one leg, and I can feel it. We're going to change sides. We've got another 10 seconds to rest, so catch your breath. Other leg in front. Nice wide stance. Up nice and tall, tummy pulled in. And let's go. Down and up. As you come up, I want you to breathe out. Pull that tummy in. Squeeze your bottom. Squeeze that quad. Lift your chest. One of the biggest things about aging is one's posture, and we start getting rounded. So you really want to think, no matter what age you are, of good posture. Lifting that chest, sliding those shoulder blades down and back. Nice. All the way. We got 10 seconds, we're going to pulse it. Tummy pulled in. In 5, 3, 2, 1. Hold it down there. Let's pulse. As you pulse, tilt that pelvis. Still squeeze your bottom. Make sure that front knee stays facing forward. We've got 10. Tummy pulled in. 3, 2, 1. Full range up and down. That's it. If you need to hold on for balance, you're welcome to. Always have a chair or something handy just in case. Lifting up. And squeeze. Tummy pulled in. That's great, guys. Well done. 15 seconds. Then we're going to give our legs a rest and go into some push-ups. In 10. Breathing out all the way. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Right, our next set is a push-up. So, because we're doing 45 seconds, I would recommend doing the push-up on your knees. We're going to do 10 push-ups. Sorry, push-ups for 45. Then you're going to hold a plank for 20 seconds on your hands. Then we're going to go back into 45 seconds of push-ups. If your push-ups are against the wall, perfect. Do them. Come into a high plank, go back against the wall. Okay. We're going to go in 5 seconds. Make sure your tummy's pulled in, shoulder blades down and back. Let's get ready to go. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Tummy pulled in. Breathing out. Squeeze that bottom all the way. Nice. Shoulders down and back. As you're pushing up, you want to breathe out. Pull that belly button in. We've got 15 seconds. Keep that form. Elbows grazing your ribs. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Now straighten those legs. Come into a plank if you can, or if you want to hold it on your knees. Back flat. Shoulders down and back. Tummy pulled in. Squeeze that bottom. We've got 10, 5, 3, 2, 1. Going straight back into a push-up if you can. Let's go. Slow it down. You don't need to power through these too much. Have a little pause. We've got 30 seconds. This is like push-up challenge on steroids. Nice work. Remember your bottom. 10. All the way, guys. I'm struggling. 5. Let me give you one more. Nice and relaxed. Well done. Very nice. We're going to go into sit-up. So staying down, coming onto your mat. Grab some water if you need. Alrighty. So we're going to go into sit-ups. Full sit-ups for 45 seconds, if you can manage those. Then we're going to crunch for 20. And then you're going to go into full sit-ups. If you're doing crunches rather than full sit-ups, when we go into 20, you can go into leg swaps, just to change it up a little bit so that you work something different. Okay. So we're going in 5 seconds. Remembering your form, pulling that belly button in, tilting that pelvis. 3, 2, 1. Hands in front, breathing out, rolling up through your spine and curling down. If you can have your hands behind your head, gently touching your ears, but then they must stay there. What I don't want is the hands being thrown forward. Rolling through that spine, breathing out as you're curling up. That's it. We've got 20 seconds to go. Then we're going to go into a crunch, or if you're doing your crunches now, you're going to go into a leg swap. Your hands can be in front, shoulders down and back, rolling through that spine. We've got 10 seconds. Breathe out as you curl up. In 3, 2, 1. Now chin on your chest. You're going to crunch. Try and think of getting your shoulders towards your hip bones. Little crunches. Squeeze. We've got 10 seconds. That's it. Tummy pulled in. 5. Keep the crunch like it's a little static hold. 3, 2, 1. Now straight back into your full sit-ups. If you're doing crunches, back into your crunches. Breathing out as you curl through your spine. Nice work. All the way. Breathing out as you're rolling up and curl down. As you curl down, look at your belly button. It encourages your spine to pull in. 15 seconds. Tuck your chin in. Keep that control. Nice work. 5, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Coming onto your hands and knees. We're going to go into a donkey kick. On your hands and knees. Shoulder blades down and back. We're going to do our left side first, then go into our right side. So we're going to do a full donkey kick for 45. Then we're going to pulse it for 45. Then we go back into the full range. With the donkey kick, always keep your back nice and flat. Okay. We're going to go in 3 seconds. 2, 1. Let's go. Because we're doing this for quite a long time, if it takes you a second or two to catch up and to get into it, that's absolutely fine. This is all about your form. Shoulder blades down and back. Try and keep your head in line with your spine and your tummy pulled in away from the floor. You want to get that squeeze in the bum. Nice. If you're feeling adventurous, you could throw a weight behind your knee. Tummy pulled in. I didn't think of that, but I haven't done it. Nice. We got 5 seconds, then we're going to hold it and pulse. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Little pulse up. Tummy pulled in. Shoulders down and back. Don't arch your back. We've got 10. Keep tilting that pelvis. 5, 3, 2, 1. Keep going. Full range. Go straight back into that full range. There we go, guys. You got this. If you need to take a quick break, come back and join us. Breathe out as you kick up. Squeeze. Nice work. And pushing all the way up. Beautiful. We got 20 seconds. Keep thinking of your posture, sliding those shoulder blades away from your ears. Keep pushing that foot up to the ceiling so it's a 90 degree at the knee. 4, 5, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Before we go to the other side, we're going to do one exercise in between, just because I do think sometimes both sides, well, not sometimes, both sides work, so we need a little break. So, for the in-between exercise, staying on your hands and knees, we're going to go from a hover to a downward dog, back to a hover. If you need to drop your knees between the downward dog, you're welcome to. Then we're going to hold it for 20 seconds in that hover, shoulders down and back, and then we go straight back into it for 45. So while we're doing the 45 seconds, if you want to put your knees down on the floor between the downward dog, you are welcome to. We're going to go in 3, 2, 1. Tuck those toes under, lift the knees. Stretch into that downward dog, come back into that 4-point hover. Tummy pulled in. Shoulders down and back. Nice and controlled. And hold. Beautiful. Tummy in. Stretch. Try and get the most out of that stretch. Stick your chest between your shoulders. You should feel the stretch on your hamstrings. And then here, hold it, your core. We've got 10 seconds. Then we're going to hold our 4-point hover. 3, 2, let's hold it. Shoulders down and back. Come into that 4-point kneeling. Knees slightly off the floor. Tummy pulled in. Squeeze and hold. Nice, we've got 5, 3, 2, 1. Straight back into our downward dog. So we're really trying to fatigue each muscle group that we're working by working it for nearly a solid 2 minutes. That's it. We got 20 seconds. Tummy pulled in, shoulders sliding down and back. Beautiful. 10. Nice work. 5, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Roll out those wrists. Well done. We're going to now go back into our donkey kick. We've got another 10 seconds. Rest, recover, roll out those wrists. Our donkey kick, we're going to do our other leg now, the right leg. Shoulders down and back, tummy pulled in. We're going to go in 5 seconds. Full range, then pulse, then full range. Let's go. Remembering as you go, make sure you don't arch your back. That's it. And kick. Shoulder blades down away from your ears. Breathing out as you're kicking that leg up. Nice work. 20 seconds to go, then we're going to pulse it. And squeeze. 10. Tummy in. Oops, I arched my back. Sometimes you can just feel it. You just let it go and your back relaxes. Tucking under. 3, 2, 1. Hold it there. Let's pulse. So the only thing that's moving is that glute. You're lifting it up towards the foot. Squeeze. Shoulders away from your ears. Pulse. Nice work, guys. We've got 4 exercises after this to go. For 3, 2, 1. All the way. Let's go. Tummy pulled in. Squeeze. Really fatiguing those muscles. While you're here, think about your posture. Hands directly under your shoulders. Shoulder blades sliding down and back. Tummy pulled in. Head in line with your spine. 15 seconds to go. Breathing out as you kick. Tummy in. We've got 5, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Take it back into a little child's pose. Very nice. Working the arms next. We're going to go into our crab toe touch. So with this, there are options. You're going to lift up those hips. So from here, we're either doing the full option, opposite hand to foot, keeping your hips low, or you're keeping your hands down, you're just straightening that leg. You've got to really work your upper body here to try and push yourself away from the floor. You want to grow a nice long neck. So we're working your shoulder blades and all those stability muscles. In the 20 seconds, we're then going to go into a tricep dip for 20. Then we're going to go back to our crab toe touch. If your wrists get very sore, stop. Roll them out. I know wrists are often a problem. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Tummy pulled in. Breathing out. Long neck. If you want to rest on your fingers or your fists, if your wrist gets sore, you're welcome to. Remember to breathe out. Pulling that belly button. You can do the legs only. You still want to focus on growing those neck out of your shoulders. 20 seconds. Then we're going to go into our tricep dips. Tummy pulled in. Squeeze. For 10. Nice work. My hips stay low. I'm not lifting my hips as I lift my leg. 5, 3, 2, 1. Now I lift my hips because we're going to go into tricep dips. Resting on the heels. Tummy pulled in. That's it. Lovely job. 10 seconds. Squeeze weight on your hands. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's go back to our crab toe touch. First. Good job. The camera's all back, guys. I can see everyone. I feel at peace now. Tummy pulled in. 10 seconds. And squeeze. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Well done. Roll out those wrists. We're going to go into some glutes, then go back to some upper body, then abs, and then we're done. So let's go onto our side. We're going to go into our clam stinger. 45 seconds clam stinger. 20 seconds just pulsing that clam. And then another 45 clam stinger, or you can just stick with doing the clam full range. Okay, so those are your options. Let's get ready to go in 5 seconds. Lift those feet off the floor. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. You can relax your head down, tummy pulled in. Breathing out. Make sure the hip bones stay facing forward. Scooping in those abs. That's beautiful. 25 seconds to go. We're in this one for the long haul, guys. Your butt will be burning. Tummy pulled in. 20 seconds. No, I lied. 10. Oh, yeah, 10. Tummy pulled in. Keep those hip bones facing forward. 3, 2, 1. Now hold it there. Pulse it up. Squeeze. Don't roll your hips back. Just move from the hip. That's it. 10. Little movements. 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go back to full range. Clam stinger. If you want to stay with the clam, you can just do full range clam. Otherwise, we're extending. Phew, I can feel it. Nice work. 25 seconds to go. Keep scooping in those abs towards the spine. Nice work. 15 seconds. We're going to go into some upper body between the other side. Then the other side, then abs. We're doing a bumper class today. This is working everything. 3, 2, 1. Well done. All right, next exercise. We're going to go into shoulder taps. So again, this can be done on the knees, shoulders down and back. We're going to tap opposite hand onto your shoulder. Or you can do it in a full position. Then in the 20 seconds, we're going to do mountain climbers. Just pulling the knee in for 20. Then you want to keep your back nice and flat, parallel to the floor. Then we go back to shoulder taps. And again, you can drop your knees, tummy in, or stay in a full plank. Okay, these are your options. Let's go. In 3, 2, set yourself up, tummy in. 1, let's go. With the shoulder taps, you want to try and keep your shoulders and your hips facing the floor. So you don't want to shuffle too much. Keep your knees on the floor if you need. That's perfect. You can keep your knees down, back nice and flat, drop those hips. You don't want to be there, you want to drop your hips a little bit down. Nice, we've got 15 seconds. Then we're going into our mountain climbers. Tummy pulled in. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Nice and slow. 20 seconds mountain climbers. The shoulders are starting to burn. We've got 10. Nice. 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Back into shoulder taps. Remember, you can drop your knees. I want you to try and think of dropping your hips down a little bit. So you've got a straight line. Shoulders down and back. 20 seconds to go. That's it. Good job, guys. Keeping those hips and shoulders facing the floor. For 5, 3, 2, 1. Sure. That was a good one. If you noticed, I dropped to my knees on that last one. It was getting to my shoulders, so well done, guys. Right, clams, the other side. Take your breath, we've got 10 seconds. We are so nearly there. Right, from here, lifting your feet up, we're going in 5 seconds. Clam stinger, pulse, clam stinger. Let's go. Remember to scoop in those abs towards your spine. Keep the hip bones facing forward. Breathing out as you extend that leg. Good. As you lengthen the leg, think of pulling your belly button in more to try and protect your hips. You don't want to be using your hip flexor. You want your abs holding it and your glute. So if you're feeling your hip flexor, you want to try and focus more on your butt and your abs. We got 10 seconds and we're going to pulse it. Tummy in. Think of your little tunnel. 3, 2, 1. Pulse it back. The little knee goes back. We're just doing 20 seconds, guys. We've got 15 left. Think of a nice long neck, shoulders away from your ears. For 10. Nice work. 5, 3, 2, 1. Or full range. Let's go. If you want to stay with the clam, you can just open and close. But you all look like you've got this. 30 seconds left. You guys are the dream team. Tummy pulled in. Whew. This is a great workout. I'm feeling it. 15 seconds. Squeeze. Tummy in. For 5, 3, 2, 1. And relax it down. Well done. Good job. Right, last ab exercise. We're going to go into our oblique twists, then adding a toe touch for the middle. So we're going to do 45 seconds of oblique twist. Then for 20 seconds, have your legs up to the air. We're going to do a little toe touch, and then we're going to go back into our oblique twist. Tummy pulled in. Okay, let's have another 5 seconds to get ready. Hands behind your head, elbows in your periphery, breathing out, chin onto your chest. Let's go in 3, 2, 1. Let's go, twist. Opposite shoulder to knee. Breathing out as you go. Awesome job, squeeze. Remember to keep your low back glued to the floor. If you find it's arching, lift your legs higher. Think of scooping in those abs. We've got 15 seconds to go. Then we're going to do our toe touch. Tummy in. 10. Really think of twisting opposite knee to your shoulder, shoulder to knee. 5, 3, 2, 1. Legs up. Support your head, tuck your chin in. Touch opposite toe with your hand. Starting to lose my words, you know, that's a good sign. 10 seconds, crunch. Breathing out. 3, 2, 1. Straight back into oblique twist. Those abs are starting to scream at you. You got this. This is our last exercise. Then we're going to stretch. 30 seconds, tummy in. Think shoulder to knee. Back squashed against the floor. Breathing out as you twist. 15. Nice. 10. Squeeze. Try and straighten that leg. Pull up your quads. 3, 2, 1, and relax it down. Well done. Stretching out your arms, stretching out your legs. Have a lovely stretch. Very nice. And breathe. Catch your breath. That was quite an intense work. Well done, guys. Very good. Grabbing your right knee into your chest. Pulling that knee into your chest. If you need to hold underneath, you can. And just holding that right knee in. Now take that leg out to the side, away from the middle. So we're opening up the hips. This helps stretch the hip capsule. If it hurts your hip too much, support it with your elbow. Place your elbow on the floor and just rest your knee in your hand. Good, now hold behind your thigh and straighten that leg up to the ceiling. You want to try and have that leg straight if you can. So squeeze that knee tight, pull up your quads. And you want to point and flex that foot. If you need to bend your left leg to allow this right leg to be straight, that's fine. I want this right leg in the air straight. So if your other leg needs to be bent, perfect. Point and flex for 2 more. 1. Very nice. Now bend it, cross it over your left leg, and let's do the figure of 4 stretch. Pulling that knee in towards you, holding behind your left thigh, stretching out those glutes. And breathe. Very nice. Good, stretching that leg out. We're going to take the right knee now across you, still the right side. Taking the right knee with my left hand across to the floor, stretching out your low back, really reaching it away from you. Beautiful, stretch. And let's hug both knees into your chest. If you want to hold underneath your knees, you can. If it's easier for your back, otherwise hugging those knees into your chest. And now stretch out your right leg on the floor. And keep that left knee into your chest and take it out to the side. Opening up those hips. That's it. My screen looks very dark on the computer. Sorry guys, I hope you can see me. Nice. Now pulling that leg in, hold behind your left thigh, straighten that leg. I want this left leg straight. If you need to bend your right knee on the floor, that's perfect. Point and flex that foot. That's it. You'll feel a big neural stretch, often mostly in the calf, into the hamstring. Nice. Bending the right knee, cross your left ankle over your right knee. Let's go into that figure of 4. Pulling that knee in. Stretch. If you feel like you can pull it a little bit further. Good. Now straighten that right leg out. Take your left knee across you, pulling it across to the right side. Stretching out your low back. Try and think of looking at that left arm. Palm facing upwards. And breathing out. Lovely. Hugging those knees into your chest and roll up into sitting. Awesome job, guys. That was amazing. A power workout. I needed that today, so thank you.